Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. I had a lot of problems getting this wireless controller to work this morning, and then I think I figured it out, so we're all good to go. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator. I think it's because I had my other wired controller plugged in, and it must be like the way I have the controller like wound up or something, because this thing was going fucking apeshit. Like it wouldn't read directions properly. I'd be sitting here like trying to move it left or right or up or down, whatever, and it'd just be going like it's just like, what the fuck is happening? But I think I got it all figured out. I just unplugged the other one, so it's like I don't need it. I don't even know why I was even plugged in the first place, and so there we go. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna be doing something a little bit more tame than what we did last time, where we were going 650, 700 miles an hour, and we're gonna be going to the car dealer, and we're going to do the I think it's called the Tuscan Challenge, I think is what it is. So we need to go and buy ourselves a Tuscan Speed 6. It's the only thing that'll work for this challenge. So, gonna have an even playing field today. These cars are cool. I don't know if I like the design of the car as much, necessarily. Especially, like, the front end. It's like, the weird... I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like the Batmobile a little bit, but I never really liked the Batmobile that much, so I don't know, it's just kind of, the whole design of Tuscan Speed 6s look fucking weird to me, but we'll go with it. I do like, however, the fact that they do have like pearlescent paint jobs on this, which is pretty nifty. I've always been a huge fan of just the idea of how that looks. Just when you're looking dead on at it, it's a completely different color than when you're not. I don't know if I like this chameleon orange one, though. It looks way too much like ketchup and mustard to me. Like, look at it. When you look at it dead on, it's like mustard, and then everything else is ketchup. It's like you're staring at a fucking hot dog. So we're not gonna go with that one. I really like this chameleon blue, though. These are the only pearlescent ones. Everything else after that is just going to be standard colors, with the exception of this one. Kind of looks a little bit like it's still rolling with that. But we're going to go with this chameleon blue because it just looks great. So we will jump in on that, and then we'll get it all souped up to our liking, and then we'll move on with our lives. I have a story for you guys, and I've been saving it for this because we haven't played this in like 2.5 weeks. And I've been saving this story for this because it's related to cars, but it's one of the most fucking infuriating things I have dealt with in terms of dealing with car people. It is one of the most like glaring examples of people just trying to take advantage of you for monetary purposes because they think that you're fucking stupid. And it was ridiculous. Okay, let's go with that stage 3 tune-up. Ooh, wowie. 549. I'm down with that. That will certainly help get the job done for what we need. We'll do port polish. Jump us up to 581. We'll do full engine balancing. Get an even 600. We will do also the racing chip to get us 624. Alright, we are looking good. Let's move into drivetrain, since these things do help a little bit with like acceleration. I do like acceleration a lot. As you probably should if you're going to be racing cars. Acceleration's kind of a key thing. So, let's see here. Let's carbon drive shaft. What is that going to be about? Improving engine response and acceleration. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's do that. Having lots of acceleration is good. I'm not gonna do all the transmission shit though. Good there. Tires. Definitely want to go. I think we're gonna go with slicks. I think we should be okay there, because I'm assuming these are probably going to be 10-lap races like what we've been doing for the longest time. And then we'll do one stage of this, because I don't want to make this car too light, otherwise it's going to be absolute shit on wheels. Okay, and then... not the machine test, damn it. Then we'll do one of these, just because I feel like getting a quick oil change to start. And then we can move on with our lives. So, let's get down with this story real quick, because it is a thing. I'm going to try to recall this as well as I can, because it was a little while ago. Where is this thing at? There it is. The Tuscan Challenge. So I was right. So let's move in. At least it's going to be some races that we haven't done in a little while. I saw a special stage Route 5 in there. So it's not going to be all just things that we don't like. I really hope there's no Rome circuit in there, but I would not be at all surprised if it is there. Hey, Trial Mountain. Cool. So here we go. So the other day, I'm driving the Lexus to work, and I notice when I'm at work that my driver's side left tire, or my driver's side front tire, I guess left is always driver's side, but my driver's, oh, we're doing it backwards. Ah, Jesus, I hate this already. I hate doing this track backwards. It's all good though. I think that we are vastly overpowered in terms of how this is going to go for the competition, and I'm cool with that. I love the idea that we should be able to cruise out to a couple easy wins here. So we'll see how it stands up though. I saw this was an international B difficulty challenge, so I think we're probably gonna absolutely wreck shop with this over the next few races, and that's good. I like relaxing. So anywho, so I'm over at work, and then I saw that my tire was really low, and I'm like, oh shit, this isn't good. And so, you know, my dad and I took a look at it. Totally had a huge-ass nail in my tire. So it's like, alright, well, that fucking sucks. So I'm going to go over to Les Schwab, which, for those of you that aren't on the West Coast, or in, like, the Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Nevada area, Les Schwab is like a little locally owned tire. It's just a tire center. What I did not know, though, is that they are, like, the second largest independent retailer in the entire United States, or some shit like that. It's fucking crazy. Like, they raked in like a couple $1 billion last year, I think. That's fucking nuts for just selling tires and really stale popcorn and steaks. Yes, they do. That is part of their deal. They sell tires and steaks. They don't do the steaks all the time though. Like, it's not just like they have like a fucking like meat market counter in there, but they have like a special event during like later in the year where they sell meat for some reason. I don't know fucking why. Anywho, so I take the car over there, and because normally you can take it in, and you know, if you have an account with them, they'll totally, you know, fix your tires for free if it's, you know, nothing crazy. So normally I used to take my Honda in there all the time. I'd take the Accord in there and have them, you know, fix up things. I took this car in. I was like, hey, I got a nail in my front left tire. I was seeing if you guys could get that out for me. And they're like, all right, sure. You know, we'll take your keys. We'll take a look at it. You know, no big deal. And I was like, all right, well, I work, you know, just a couple blocks away. Just give me a call when you're done, and I'll come pick it up, and it'll be, you know, we'll go from there. And they're like, okay, all sounds good. So I give them the keys to the car, and, you know, I walk back to work, because it's just a couple, you know, it's just a few blocks away, no big deal. So I get a call from them probably, oh, I don't know, probably a half hour, 45 minutes later, maybe like an hour, I don't know. There were a lot of cars there. Because I didn't really, I had to work. I couldn't just sit in there eating their stale-ass popcorn, watching the fucking hunting channel or whatever it is that they always have on in there, fucking NASCAR or whatever. And they call me back later. They're like, "Hey, so we've got your car's all ready. We've got some stuff we want to go over with you when you get here." I'm like, "Okay." So I get down there. So I get down there, and they're like, "So here's the thing with your tire. We weren't able to fix it." I was like, "Okay, why not? What was the big deal?" They're like, "Well, the tire, there was some additional damage on the inner wall of the tire, and you know, it was located in a spot where we weren't able to extract the nail properly. And so what we're going to advise that you do is we're going to advise that you get a brand new tire, and because the wear is so accelerated on all of your other tires, we actually recommend that you get 4 brand new tires. And I was like, so exactly how much would that cost for me to get 4 brand new tires with all of the extra stuff that you guys end up doing along with that? You know, getting them rotated and doing all that shit. And he's like, well, I can go, you know, pull up a quote for you, and you know, I'll be right back. And so I'm sitting here thinking, these guys are already trying to fucking work me. I already know it. There's no, like, it's like I didn't come in here asking for you to get me 4 brand new tires. I came here to have you take the one fucking nail out of the one tire that I have. You know, it's like I'm not asking for this whole ordeal. This dude comes back. He's like, all right, so I got your quote all printed up, and these are the rates that we've got going on. I wish I still had the paperwork. I don't know where the hell it is. It might be in the Lexus somewhere. But this dude, for me to get 4 brand new tires and all the little things that go along with it, it would have cost me $827. $827. Those brand new tires were like $180 each. I'm just like, who the fuck are you guys? I was like, I was like, well, I don't have that amount of money on me, considering that I came in here with 0. So I'm gonna just take the car, and I'm gonna explore a couple other options. Because I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to spend $827 today on getting 4 brand new tires, you know, 3 of which I'm not entirely sure I need. He's like, okay. And so I'm sitting here thinking, you know, what the fuck, man? But so before I went to Les Schwab, I randomly tweeted out, you know, that I had a nail in my tire and I was gonna go, you know, get it fixed. And I got a response back. Totally wasn't expecting that. I got a response back from the Sears Auto Center, which just so happens to be directly across the street from where I work. They're like, hey, why don't you come see us? We'll take it out for free. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, there's got to be a catch here. You know, there's always a catch when you get responses from people like this. But I held on to it because now I've had this experience with those fucking money suckers. And I was like, all right, I'll give you guys a shot. You know, I'll give you guys your due diligence. I'll take the car over there. So I take it over there, and I was like, hey, so I've got a nail in my tire. I was wondering if you guys could take a look at this thing. I was like, I just took it one other place, and they said they couldn't repair it. You know, are you guys able to do it? He's like, well, let me take a look at it. And he looks at the thing. He's like, I should be able to do it. Yeah, no big deal. So he takes the car, and you know, he's like, all right, well, he's like, we'll take your keys and we'll give you a call when we're done. He's like, all right, well, I work across the street from you, so, you know, just let me know. I'll come walk over here. This is where the story gets a little bit more interesting. Because I was not done with Les Schwab yet in this whole process. I thought I was. Oh no, I most certainly was not. Not if they were going to have anything to do with it. So these guys end up calling me up later. And he calls up, he's like, so first of all, I can totally fix this tire. He's like, where did you go that they told you that they couldn't fix it? I was like, I was over at Les Schwab. He's like, oh, well, that's hardly a surprise. He's like, what, did they tell you why they couldn't fix it? He said, they told me that there was all this additional damage on the inner wall and that it was located in a spot where they couldn't extract it and all that. He's like, that is such a crock of shit. He's like, did they suggest that you get new tires? I was like, oh yeah. He's like, they wanted me to get 4 of them. He's like, oh, those guys are fucking assholes. That guy actually said that. He's like, those guys are fucking assholes. He's like, I used to work. He's like, I worked over at Les Schwab for about 6 days, and I ended up quitting on my 7th day because their business model made me sick. He's like, dude, they do that stuff all the time. He's like, I looked at your tire. He's like, I can get that thing out super easy, but here's the problem. He's like, I can't find your wheel key. He's like, so I can't take this thing off to, you know, extract the nail and all that stuff because I can't unlock your wheel. And I was like, like, it should be in there. It's, it should be right in there with the the spare and all that stuff, all the little tools and all that stuff, because that's where it is. He's like, well, I opened that whole thing and it's not there. And I'm sitting here thinking, these motherfuckers. So I call up Les Schwab. I was like, so you guys were working on a 2004 Lexus IS300 a little while ago. You guys wouldn't still happen to have my wheel key in your shop anywhere, would you? And she's like, well, our guys would never do that. They always make sure to put the wheel keys back in. Did you look hard enough to make sure that that you didn't just misplace it? And you're like, well, I couldn't have been the one that misplaced it, as I was not the one working on the car. So, could you guys please look around and see if you still have it in there, because I've already looked through all my stuff and I can't find it. And she's like, okay, well, I'll go ask them, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't still be holding on to that, because, we're not like that here. She goes back, she comes back a couple minutes later, and she just has kind of like this defeatist attitude over the phone. She's like, very sorry, sir, but we did have it, actually. You're in luck. And I apologize. The guy forgot to put it back in there. I was like, uh-huh. So, thanks for that, by the way. Now I've got to, my car's being worked on at a different place right now, so now I got to go walk my ass back over there just to get my wheel key. They're actually waiting on that because they can't work on my car until I come and get this stuff from you. So, I'm going to come do that. So, I'll be right there. And so, I go in and I pick up my wheel key, and there's like, I was like, so, by the way, you guys totally could have fixed my tire without, offering me $800 in additional merchandise, so I'm pretty sure you guys are never going to be seeing me again. They're like, no. They're like, well, they were going into like total crisis mode. They were like offering me like discounts and coupons and all this stuff. I was like, oh no. That bridge hath been burnt so quickly. You guys took a simple procedure that should have just been you taking, doing the task that I asked you for, and just doing that, and not, trying to upsell me almost $1,000 worth of additional merchandise, trying to take advantage of me because you think I'm stupid. So, I was like, you can take your coupons, and I'm not gonna, that's the last time you're gonna see me. And I'm going to be spreading the word that, this is the type of practice you guys are running in here. And they're just like, oh, God. It was just one they knew right away. They're like, oh, boy, we have fucked up royally. And so I got that stuff. I went back over to the other auto center. And the guy was like, so I got everything all fixed up. He's like, that nail was like totally in one of the easiest places to extract that. He's like, I still, for the life of me, can't figure out why they would have told you that. It was like right in the middle, which is exactly where, that's where it's easy. If had it been on like the edges, that would have been different. But it wasn't. He's like, just for the sake of inquiries. He's like, how much money were they trying to get you to spend in there? Like, when they were recommending you more tires and stuff, how much did they want you to spend? I was like, it was about like, or no, he's like, I saw the invoice in there. He's like, I didn't really look at it, but I didn't see the grand total because I saw that they wanted to give you new tires and stuff. How much money was it? And I was like, they wanted me to spend about $830. He's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, you know what kind of tires they use over there, by the way? It's not $800 worth of tires. They use fucking Toyo tires over there, which are shit tires as far as I'm concerned. He's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You do actually need some new tires, but like not right this second. He's like, you probably want to do that in a few months or so. But he's like, I can definitely sell you $800 worth of tires, but they would be actually worth $800. Not the ones that they're throwing at you over there, because Toyo tires are shit. He's like, I could get you virtually anything else that would work. He's like, I mean, you might as well just be driving around on a fucking hubcap. Just on literally nothing. And that would be about the equivalency of running with Toyo tires. So this dude ended up loading me up with a bunch of like coupons and discounts and shit just for the sake of it, because, you know, he was actually just honest with me and wasn't being a lecherous fucking piece of garbage. He's like, man, come in here. We'll be glad to work on your stuff, and we'll give you information straight up. We're not just gonna sit here and trying to upsell you with a bunch of bullshit that you don't need. He's like, that's, you know, we don't do that here. And the fact that you work right across the street, it's pretty convenient. So, yeah, dude, this is like that type of stuff bothers the shit out of me. Like, I understand you're a business and upselling is part of how retail works. But the other part of upselling isn't the fact that you're trying to sell people stuff that they don't need. You know, if you want to upsell somebody, you should upsell it to things that you think can be useful for them. Not just like, oh, well, you know, first of all, I'm not going to do the thing that they asked me to do, and then I'm just going to try and throw a bunch of extra merchandise at them and hope that it sticks. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that would totally just blindly go with that. They'd be like, oh, well, you know, if they're recommending it, it must mean that it needs to happen right now, and, you know, I'll do it. But I hate that business model. Pisses me off. I hate people that upsell like that, you know, and they're like uber aggressive about it too. They're just like, you need this, you absolutely have to have this right now, and it's like, no, I really don't. It's really not necessary. You guys are just dicks. That's really all it is. So yeah, it was a thing. But hey, we got an easy win! Hooray! Good stuff. So yeah, be careful, guys. When you go and get tires fixed and what have you, be careful, because they're out there to you know, cram their wrenches straight up your asshole. It is no good. So yeah, that was most certainly the weirdest encounter I've ever had, just trying to get a fucking tire fixed. I go to a place, ask them to fix it for free, that's part of what they do. Not only do they not fix it, but they steal my wheel key, and they try to sell me $800 worth of merchandise. I go to another place, they basically call them out saying that they're fucking assholes. They fix my shit for free, and they're actually cool about it. It was just, the whole thing is just out of control. So, yeah, that's my deal. I don't know if you guys have ever had encounters like that before. If you have, please tell me. I love hearing stories about stuff like that. So, when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we're going to move through the remainder of this Tuscan challenge, as it looks to be. We're going to cruise through this really easy. It doesn't look like it's going to pose too much of a challenge, and I'm okay with that. So, until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.